if I'm going to look at rankings, I don't need the prestige, but I also need to make sure that there's some security. One thing I did want to ask is we have mentioned like prestige and rankings a few times today. The rankings are what makes a school great, just like the example story you mentioned. But I also know that there are schools, especially with where higher education is headed, that there may be some red flags that you want to be aware of. Like we've heard horror stories. I have some families, unfortunately, who were at Cabrini College. Closes. They're a junior. Figure it out. You can't graduate from here anymore. How much do rankings incorporate like the financial stability of a school that, hey, if I'm going to look at rankings, I don't need the prestige, but I also need to make sure that there's some security
Yeah.
in that this program that I'm going into isn't going to be dropped, that the school's not going to close. Like if I go here, I'm going to be able to finish. I think has to be part of building that list to find that dream school.
Yeah, so the rankings for the most part don't look at financial sustainability.
Mm-hmm.
I do in the book, as I do in naming the 75 new dream schools that I talk about at the end of the book. But I do have a chapter on financial sustainability and what are the things you should look at. I'm actually less worried about the Cabrini example you gave. There will be some
Mm-hmm.
colleges that go out of business and more than usual, but not a ton.
Okay.
I think really what I would worry about, I would worry less about that and more about does this college have the resources to invest in me as a student? Because
Mm.
what I think is going to more likely happen is that colleges just have to cut back. They have to trim expenses. They're going to try to do things essentially on the cheap,
Okay.
including student affairs and academic affairs and things like that. And you want to make sure, are they cutting, not in a bad way, but are they
Mm-hmm.
cutting corners essentially on the educational product that they sold me in order
Mm-hmm.
to save money? And that to me is when you're looking at the financial sustainability of a college, that's really what you're looking for.